High in the mist-covered hills, an unseen balance between nature and humanity is being tested. Wild boars, intelligent and adaptable, are reshaping the land in ways few people ever notice. Their presence reveals a story of coexistence, one that demands both understanding and precision. In these rugged landscapes, a team of specialists works quietly to restore order through science, not force. What unfolds is a rare look inside the disciplined world of modern wildlife management, where every action aims to protect, not to conquer. Across the highlands, where dense forests meet open meadows, a complex mission quietly begins. Wild boars, resilient and intelligent, have thrived in this environment for decades. Yet, as their population expands, the delicate balance between wildlife and agriculture begins to shift. To prevent further ecological strain, a professional wildlife management team arrives at dawn, prepared for a full day of observation, coordination, and controlled intervention, not to harm, but to restore balance where it has begun to fade. Morning light spreads across the hillside as the team unloads equipment. Every member has a defined task, from aerial survey operations to ground-level data tracking. This is no casual expedition. It is a meticulously planned conservation effort, governed by environmental regulations and scientific precision. The air is still, the forest alive with subtle sounds, and every decision made here will contribute to maintaining the health of both the ecosystem and surrounding farmlands. Each participant operates within a designated zone mapped out days in advance. These zones are based on previous monitoring data, showing the movement of herds, feeding areas, and migration paths. The focus today is on identifying active dens and estimating herd sizes without disrupting their natural behavior. Instead of confrontation, the strategy relies on quiet observation, steady movement, and continuous communication between teams. From the ridge above a steep valley, one specialist sets up a high-resolution optical tracker. The early sun reflects off dewy grass as he scans the slopes for patterns, overturned soil, broken saplings, and hoof imprints that reveal nocturnal activity. Every detail matters. He logs data into a portable tablet, noting the temperature, humidity, and terrain slope, information that will later guide population models and conservation policies. Meanwhile, a second unit deploys a small reconnaissance drone equipped with multispectral imaging. The drone glides silently over the terrain, capturing thermal readings that highlight recent movement trails invisible to the naked eye. Its live feed displays subtle heat signatures clustered along a shaded ravine, confirming the likely presence of a small group resting near the water source. Instead of immediate action, the command team uses this data to define safe perimeters, ensuring the animals remain undisturbed while their range is recorded. As the operation advances, teamwork becomes its defining element. Every move is coordinated, every communication deliberate. When new activity is detected, updates travel instantly through the communication network, linking all observation points. The goal is efficiency through understanding, gathering accurate information before any environmental control measures are initiated. By mid-morning, the forest begins to warm and animal movement slows. Field teams pause to calibrate instruments and review preliminary results. Charts on handheld screens show migration patterns overlapping agricultural zones, areas where crops have recently suffered soil damage due to increased rooting behavior. Rather than treating this as conflict, the experts interpret it as a signal from the environment, a reminder that coexistence requires proactive management. Further upslope, A young conservationist records new findings. Using motion sensors, he captures brief footage of a small group foraging naturally. The team uses this to study herd composition, identifying mature adults, juveniles, and solitary males that often travel beyond herd limits. These distinctions help predict future population trends and guide control strategies focused on relocation or natural deterrence rather than removal. In the command tent stationed near the base, biologists review live feeds from multiple drones. The overlapping data forms a dynamic map: trails, rest zones, and movement clusters displayed as colored lines and pulses across the digital terrain. The visualization represents hours of patient work condensed into a comprehensible pattern. What once seemed random now tells a story of adaptation and expansion. The wild boars adjusting to human influence as much as humans adjust to theirs. Afternoon winds pick up as teams rotate positions. With every update, the mission progresses with the rhythm of precision and respect. The hills echo with faint radio chatter, coordinates exchanged in calm, measured tones. No unnecessary noise, no hurried movements, just disciplined observation in pursuit of harmony. Late in the day, new readings confirm that a secondary herd has entered the monitoring grid from the northeast. Instead of intercepting, the team employs sound-based directional cues, a non-invasive method that encourages animals to move toward their natural habitat zones. The system operates through low-frequency tones inaudible to humans, but effective in gently steering the animals away from farmland boundaries. This technique exemplifies the evolving approach to wildlife management: technology replacing force, strategy replacing confrontation. As evening approaches, the landscape softens under golden light. The drone cameras capture a breathtaking view of the valley, clusters of trees glowing under the sun's final rays. The day's work nears completion. Teams begin collecting sensors, folding tripods, and packing their data modules. The operation has unfolded flawlessly safe, efficient, and fully aligned with environmental standards. When the final report is transmitted, the data paints a clear picture. Herd sizes are stable, but must be continuously monitored. Migration corridors remain healthy, though some require restoration of vegetation to maintain natural cover. These findings will feed into regional conservation plans, a cooperative effort between wildlife departments, local communities, and researchers dedicated to preserving natural balance. Night begins to settle over the highlands. The forest returns to its quiet rhythm: crickets, rustling leaves, and distant calls echoing through the dark. The experts stand for a moment, watching the horizon fade into shadows. Their mission is complete, yet their work never truly ends. Each day in the field contributes to a broader understanding of coexistence, where science and respect guide every step. Back at the research base, data technicians transfer the day's findings into central archives. Drones are recharged, lenses cleaned, and maps updated for the next survey. The process might appear routine, but in truth, it represents a cornerstone of modern conservation: the ability to act with precision, guided by knowledge rather than impulse. In the end, this operation stands as more than just a single mission. It represents a philosophy that maintaining balance in the wild requires not dominance, but understanding. The wild boars, in their adaptability and resilience, are not adversaries, but integral parts of the living system that sustains the land. Through cooperation, observation, and respect, both people and wildlife continue to share the same hills in peace. The mountains fall silent once again, their story written not in words, but in the steady work of those who protect them. Every mission, every observation, and every act of restraint becomes a quiet promise to safeguard the wilderness not through control, but through care. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to follow more in-depth stories about wildlife conservation, ecological balance, and the experts working tirelessly to protect nature's most resilient species.